of the session. We have today Simone April from Canada, and I also have a presentation of Simone that I would love to read for all of you. 1 second. Okay. So Simone April is the Director of Training and Rights Advocacy at Kéroul. With a strong background in accessibility, he brings his expertise to building a more inclusive Quebec, collaborating with community organizations, resource centers, the City of Quebec, and serving as a commissioner on the National Housing Council of Canada. Simone, the floor is yours.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. So I will introduce what's Kéroul, how it's work, where it's come from, and if you have questions during the session, I'm open to all the questions. Thanks. So I'll do a presentation of my president, Isabelle Ducharme. So forgive me if I read more my notes. It's a new one for me. Thanks. To begin, I'm Simone April, and I am with Kéroul since 2017. So I was a trainer, first of all, during maybe 4 or 5 years, and probably they think I was good, so they take me to be now the manager of a trainer. So to present Kéroul, our presentation will adopt a reflection and participatory approach to explore Kéroul model and accessibility leadership. This session will begin with a detailed case study of Kéroul drawing over 45 years ago for organization experience and data. We will present the Destination for All framework as a replicable methodology for fostering inclusive tourism and cultural ecosystem. The approach integrates policy, advisory, field assessment, and training and communication strategy. We will highlight how Kéroul certification system is designed not just for AISM physical activities, but to promote an inclusive customer experience and organization culture. The methodology we will present today will be informed by insight from evaluation conducted through Kéroul certification program, feedback loops from training participation and tourist stakeholders, partnership models between Kéroul, municipalities, cultural institution, and disease person organization. To foster a dialogue, the session will engage a participant in collaborative discussion on 2 questions. The first one, sustainable business models and service evolution. The aim is to encourage knowledge exchange and co-creation of solutions grounded by the best practice and lived experience from Quebec, the province of Quebec, the country of Canada, and beyond. So,
do you have the slide?
Oh, I have this one, sorry.
No problem.
Okay. I'm very, so this is the first slide, and I already talked about it. So the second one, yep. So about Kéroul, founded in 1979, Kéroul is a non-profit organization recognized as a leader force in making Quebec tourism and culture sector accessible for all. Official partner of the Ministry of Tourism since 1987, Kéroul acts as a trust advisor in the development of inclusive public policies and programs. It has established itself as a key player by becoming field experiences, training, place, and even assessment and strategic communication. Kéroul approach is built on several pillars. Its certification program evaluates physical and service accessibilities across tourist establishments and events. Its tailor-road training program empower frontline staff to better welcome clients with various needs. By example, I have a disease, it's a bone density low. So my brother has the same disease, but we don't have the same needs. So if I need a bed in a hotel, we don't need the same thing, but we have the same disease. Is the example I can take. The important frontline staff and become a welcome client with various needs, and its communication work include producing accessibilities guide and awareness campaign targeting both the public with specific needs and tourist professional. And we need most not forget the legal defense aspect, advocacy for people with disabilities, because despite everything, our members and users sometimes have bad experience and want us to be able to rectify the situation with the industry, such as hotel, tourist attraction, adapt transport, and universal accessibilities. And that brings us to the Destination for All framework. I don't forget. A defining element of Kéroul identity is destination for, we call in French, Destination pour tous. So it's Destination for All initiative. A framework is developed to support municipalities and regions to creating truly inclusive destination. This holistic approach encompasses 5 action areas: municipalities and urban infrastructure, proximity service and shop, tourism and culture service, workforce training, and governance. The program encourages cross-sectoral collaboration and positional accessibilities, not just as a connecting disabled communities with the broader tourist and culture ecosystem, ensuring that initiatives are grounded in lived experience and real needs. As the tourist sector faces significant change, aging population, shift in mobility, expectation and of inclusivity, Kéroul work become ever more relevant. Yet this is also a big challenge. After presentation, Kéroul, we will discuss 2 main questions with the audience, so with you guys. What type of business model could ensure that Kéroul sustain its mission and expand its impact? How can its service evolve to better respond to shifting landscape and of accessibility tourism and culture? Kéroul inclusive vision for tourism, culture and transportation in Quebec is the forefront of effort to remove accessibility barriers in Quebec and Canada tourism, culture and transportation sectors. With a mission anchored of the belief that tourism must be for everyone, including people with disabilities, Kéroul has built a reputation as a driver of structural, educational, and policy-based change. His leadership in Destination for All program reflects his commitment to build an inclusive, accessible, and sustainable communities. So our approach is, first one, evolution and database of tourism and culture organization and business. Kéroul maintain and update Quebec for All, a database with over 5,000 establishments evaluated by Kéroul teams during the 40 years. It's also published a new guide in 2024 to help travelers understand what support is available. Destination for All is a provincial program that encourages municipalities to align urban infrastructure, transportation again, tourism, and local commerces in accessible and inclusive manners. As 24, several pilot projects are on the way with cities such as, sorry, maybe you don't know these cities, but is Victoriaville, Carleton-sur-Mer in Gaspésie, Shawinigan, Rawdon, and Quaticook. Demonstration a growing commitment to inclusive tourist development. Training, the second one is training and awareness campaign continue to be central. In 24-25, Kéroul provide more than 100 training sessions in accessible customer service and universal design, reaching not only the tourist staff, but also the municipalities, employees, students, and transport operators. And the third one, we must not forget the most underestimated aspect, communication and promotion of the place we have made accessible. This ensures that tourists with disabilities are aware of new accessibility offering. So what's the obstacle? The challenge for Kéroul face is framed service delivery. A common obstacle is to disjoint nature of accessibility across sectors. For instance, even if an hotel is accessible, poor condition with local transit or tourist attraction can undermine the overall experience. Funding and local capacity is smaller municipalities often lack the expertise or budget to undertake comprehensive accessibility work. Kéroul responds as seen to decentralize its support, offering step-by-step support through Destination for All, which is tailored to each community's context and leveraging regional tourism association to build a local momentum. Under recognized of visibility disabilities, many establishments still focus exclusively on physical and physical accessibilities. Kéroul has addressed this thought, new training module, and by promoting inclusive signage, quiet space, and sensory kits. One example of overcoming barriers is the development of Kéroul Accessibility Advisor across Quebec, a mobile team that visits and supports tourist businesses in implementing accessibility improvement. So what's the opportunities and the success for Kéroul? The first one is work as open numerous doors. The inclusion of accessibilities in tourist policies. Thanks to Kéroul advocacy and to the leadership of Quebec Ministry of Tourism, accessibility is now embedded in Quebec Sustainable Tourism Action Plan and several region development framework. High public engagement from Canada, meanwhile in Quebec, abroad have generated valuable feedback and support. These platforms give voice to travelers with disabilities and inspire businesses to act. And growing interest of Destination for All, municipalities are increasingly eager to pursue a label, not just a recognition, but as a roadmap for inclusive development. In 2024, Kéroul helped complete readiness evaluation in 5 new cities, like I said before. So what's the lesson to learn about this? We think about integration. Accessibility must link tourism, transit, urban design, and commerce at all. The Destination for All model for the system level thinking and break down the silos. Work with not just for people with disabilities. So we have to work with people. Kéroul consists to develop with communities partners and people with lived experience and have been key to trust and relevance. You have to use also recognition as a motivation. Kéroul accessibility evaluation and consulting motivate organization to act by publicly promoting their effort. Don't wait for the perfection. So Kéroul shows that progress is interactive. Small improvements such as clearer signage, service dog policies or animals, our staff training can have immediate impact on the subject. So advice for non-disabled individual. Everyone has a role to play in building an exclusive society. For those without disabilities, first one, observe your environment. Where are the stairs without the ramp? Which website lack alt text? Whose voice are missing from the conversation? And the second one is advocate and amplify. Support inclusive design in your workplace. Ask a question when attending event. And highlight activities gaps constructively. The third one is choose accessibility as an option. Use and recommend business and destination that invest in the accessibilities. Demand drive change for now. And the last one, educate yourself. Kéroul offers free resources online, whether you are an employer, a traveler, or a community member, there's something to learn for you. So for the conclusion, driving accessibility forward, Kéroul prove accessibility drive like inclusion, sustainability, social and economic impact. So accessible tourism is a right and a smart investment. Kéroul will, with the help of Province of Quebec and the Ministry of Tourism, prove that accessible tourism is not just a human right, it's also a smart, sustainable, and socially enrichment investment. With Destination for All as a blueprint and a partnership across sectors, Kéroul is setting the standard for what it means to travel and belong without barriers. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Simone, for sharing this strategy, which is very interesting, from infrastructure, services, training, and also thank you for sharing the challenges, the issues that you face. So I'm really interested to know if Ravenna faced the same issues or not. So it's a pleasure to introduce you, Maria Grazia Marini, who is the director of the Department of Tourism of the Municipality of Ravenna. She began working for this municipality at first in the field of tourism promotion and a few years later in cultural management of public institutions. She has been project manager for many European projects, mainly in the field of culture and tourism. The last, in chronological order, is the European Urban Initiative, innovative actions named Footprints and dedicated to sustainability tourism. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Rachele. Thank you to every. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Rachele. Thank you to everybody. Thank you for this opportunity to let me talk about Ravenna. I could spend days talking about the city I live in and I work for, but today I will focus on Ravenna as a tourist destination and an accessible tourist destination. Maybe you know, some of you know Ravenna. Okay, so Ravenna is in Italy, in the north of Italy, in the Romagna region. And Ravenna is very famous as a city of art. Ravenna is a UNESCO site with 8 monuments. But Ravenna has been also the last shelter of Dante Alighieri, the father of Italian language. He wrote his Divina Commedia, the last part of Divina Commedia in Ravenna, the paradise. And Ravenna is a very huge municipality, beside the city of art, we have an ecosystem made of shores, beaches, and pine woods and lagoon. So from the touristic point of view, Ravenna is a very important destination, but with many assets to be taken into account. So I told you that the 8 UNESCO monuments, they were inscribed in the list in 1996. And I will share with you an overview of what have been done in the last months inside these monuments. At first, we participated in the Jubilee for all. So we were in Rome in April April 2025, sharing information about the accessibility of our UNESCO monuments. 5 of these 8 monuments belong to the Church of Ravenna, and they have implemented a very important program for accessibility. For instance, they have organized tactile panels. Ravenna UNESCO motivation is related to the presence of mosaic. Mosaic art is a key point in Ravenna tourist offer and in Ravenna cultural identity. These panels may be touched and may make you feel how the mosaic is made. So each one of the 5 monuments belonging to the Church of Ravenna are supplied with these tactile panels, which give you also information about the organization of the space. Then they provided videos and information with Lūse, with the Italian language signs, and they provide also special glasses for the blind color persons. They also have provided a line of merchandise which has tactile products, so that you may touch these images and you may understand the symbols of the mosaics in Ravenna. And they provide also special workshops for children and families. Here you may see the guidebook provided by the Church of Ravenna for these monuments. It's with the tactile cover also. Then we have other monuments belonging to the state of Ravenna. The state of Ravenna, excuse me. No, the municipality does not belong to UNESCO monuments, but the municipality is in charge in a way of coordinating the whole process of communication and making projects about the UNESCO site. So there is an agreement between the church and the state and the municipality. And maybe this is also the reason why I'm here trying to explain how things works in the city. So these 3 other monuments belong to the state, to the Italian government. The Mausoleum of Theodoric, the Basilica of Santa Apollinare in Classe, and the Arian Baptistry. There's a very important project beside the Mausoleum of Theodoric for a customer center to give support to people with great disabilities. But here you may see the Baptistry of the Arians, the Basilica of Classe, and the Mausoleum of Theodoric. Then we have other important monuments in the city, because the presence of these Byzantine and early Christian basilicas and baptistries and mausoleums has provided us with ancient monasteries which nowadays are museums or libraries. So this is, for instance, this is a municipal venue. It's the City Art Museum. We have tactile mosaics also here in the museum, Lūse videos, and many information with accessible signage. In the Classense library, there are many tools to improve the experience of the users, and there is a huge project financed by the PNRR to provide access to the upper stages of the ancient libraries. And then again, we have other monuments managed by the Foundation Ravenna Antica. All these places are accessible and with programs intended to help people to have a better experience. This project, called Ravenna per Mano, is focused on the symbols to make people to understand the representation in the mosaics, starting from the symbols, which are the symbols of the early Christian art. Here you may see this a visit with the guide using these symbols. And there is also a project. It's called the Pinus project. It's a tactile project, but also people who are not impaired maybe try to know how the monuments are built using their touch. And let's go to the other part of the tourist destination. Here you have a beautiful view of our beaches. There's a huge project called Parco Marittimo, the Maritime Park, allowing people to access the beach through walkways, wooden walkways. Some other images. There are. You may rent special bikes to ride inside the pine woods. And I want to share with you the incredible experience of this facility resort, which is called Insieme a Te, with a short video. The municipality is supporting this resort. Let's see. Which is a very special place where people with major disabilities may go and enjoy a day on the beach. Let's see if it's...
Cos'è Insieme a Te? In questo momento qui mi verrebbe a dire qualcosa che mi ha salvato.
La SLA immobilizza le persone, ma di fatto Dario, durante il percorso della sua malattia, più si aggravava e più si muoveva.
Noi comunque erano 5 anni che non facevamo più vacanze e quindi ho iniziato a cercare una vacanza che fosse veramente accessibile.
Ah beh, certo, quando abbiamo fatto il viaggio in Puglia mi hanno detto che ero un pazzo. Ho detto non sarò mai matto quanto è matto Dario e la sua famiglia andare a fare un viaggio così.
Deborah venne a bussare alla mia porta, mi disse: sono stata al mare in Puglia con Dario, vogliamo fare qualcosa qui anche da noi.
Niente, ce l'abbiamo fatta. A distanza di un anno abbiamo realizzato quel grande sogno che sembrava impossibile.
Ospitiamo ogni anno disabili da tutta Italia con diverse gravità di malattie. Gli facciamo fare una vacanza, c'è chi ci sta un giorno, chi ci sta una settimana, chi ci sta 15 giorni.
Per me quello che noi facciamo in spiaggia è dare normalità.
Sei talmente soddisfatto nel fare questa cosa che in realtà la fatica fisica non la percepisci mai.
Questa è una situazione che si sostiene solo esclusivamente con le donazioni. Ogni anno è stato un traguardo sempre in più. Nel 2018 abbiamo fatto la prima spiaggia, nel 2019 l'abbiamo replicata ma facendola più grande. Nel 2020 abbiamo aperto lo stesso, con l'anno del Covid che è stato durissima. Nel 2021 abbiamo raddoppiato la spiaggia, poi non eravamo ancora a posto, abbiamo costruito 3 appartamenti completamente accessibili che abbiamo poi inaugurato nel 2022. Oggi abbiamo finalmente una concessione definitiva e quindi noi siamo felici di questo traguardo.
Quando gli ho detto ti porto al mare a fare il bagno, mi ha guardato come per dire ma cosa stai dicendo?
A me è piaciuto proprio il clima che si respira in questa spiaggia, sembra di stare in un'altra parte del mondo.
Ci piace? Ti piace venire?
Sì. Qui c'è la libertà, ci sono un sacco di amici che è bellissimo rivedere ogni anno. C'è il mare, nostro posto del cuore.
Per sollevarmi ci vogliono 3 persone, 4 persone. Quindi già avendo l'attrezzatura, mia moglie da sola fa tutto quello che faceva a casa. Ecco.
A volte un gesto semplice per te è un gesto davvero grande per una persona che vede la vita in modo diverso dalla tua.
Spesso tendiamo, senza conoscere, a guardare più alla disabilità che alla persona.
Noi sono 12 anni che non usciamo più da casa, questa è la prima volta, cioè veramente una boccata d'ossigeno.
Quando vedo i nostri ospiti che sono felici, quando vedo le loro famiglie che possono veramente dare un sospiro di sollievo, e vedo anche i volontari che sono lì e sono felici di fare quello che fanno, noi abbiamo raggiunto il nostro scopo, cioè, non ho più niente da dire, sono felice, vado a casa che sono contento.
Sono sempre col sorriso stampato in faccia.
Noi qui abbiamo trovato quello che veramente una persona ha bisogno.
Quando torni felice, ma torni anche ricco.
Qua è vita.
So this project is supported by volunteers and by the municipality. I'm ending my presentation. Rachele told you about a project called Footprints, which is my last European project. Footprints, it's about inclusion and accessibility. We want to realize these urban corridors accessible to everybody, and this urban lounge where people may rest, find some water, find shade, and enjoy a real experience, a real inclusive experience in Ravenna. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If we have any question, we can do them later on. At the end of all the 4 presentations, there is a question and answer time. So I ask Monica Tetzner to join us. There is a chair, so yeah. No, if you want to, you can stay, Simone. There is a space, and then we change the setting for the last presentation. Monica leads the accessible tourism segment at Bavaria's state tourism organization. Bavaria is a federal region in Germany. She oversees B2C communication across all channels and coordinates B2B activities through the Accessible Tourism Network in Bavaria. With her expertise in the nationwide Tourists for All accreditation system and in raising awareness among tourism providers, she drives the development and connection of accessible travel offerings, making sure that a visit to Bavaria is welcoming and accessible for every traveler. So we are very curious to hear from you.
Thank you to could present my home, Bavaria, here at this Congress. So I'm going to show, instead of Ravenna, we are a region, a bigger region. So I'm going to show you what is Bavaria and what are we doing for the accessible tourism. Let's start first with a video. It's only with music and no subtitles, so I think it's easy to feel the Bavarian vibes. Let's start with that. Okay.
so wunderschön.
So as you have seen, we have a lot of traditions, and we have also it modern interpreted. We are very a region of rich culture, of rich tradition, of culinary things, and we are very. We have most of our nature is very it's landscapes and little cities. So it's really a big region to promote. So let's start with the facts. No, I'm back. Here I am. Bavaria is the largest state of 60 German states, so the size is similar to Austria, this region. We have the borders in the east, the Czech Republic, Austria in the south, and Switzerland in the west. So most of you know, it's Munich, the capital. We have about 10 UNESCO World Heritage sites, 2 national parks, and if you arrive in Bavaria, it's mostly by train at Munich or Nuremberg in the north. So we have 3 airports: Munich Airport, which is one of the angles for international flights, Nuremberg and Memmingen, which is more low cost in the west. We promote 4 fourth direction. So we have 4 touristic regions within Bavaria. The one is Allgäu, Bavaria, and Swabia. It's with the most famous Castle Neuschwanstein. There are the Alps and the Alp culture, and Lake Constance in the west. The next is, hey, come on. No, Franconia in the north with Nuremberg. Here we have a lot of vineyards and more little old towns, medieval cities, and like Würzburg, Bamberg, Nuremberg. Then we go to the south, to Upper Bavaria is the region around Munich, to the Alps in the south. So I think most of you know some of these points. And in the east of Bavaria, we have a really very regional, a very traditional, beautiful landscape with the Bavarian forest, with the Danube, and with cities like Regensburg. So what are our markets? So ignoring now that, most of our clients are coming from Germany. 85% are German tourists, and the others are coming from foreign markets. Within Germany, Bavaria is the most visited region by international tourists. So our key markets are the United States, Austria, German speaking, the Netherlands, and as you can see, Italy is on the 5th place. So these are our key markets. What does it mean for us as destination management organization, Bavaria Tourism? We act like a marketing and management company, and we want to show the Bavarian lifestyle and to make it accessible for everyone. That's our point of view. What are the challenges as a destination management organization? We have a huge size of a country. We are very rural structures and with a few big cities. And we have in every region a different significance of tourism within the economic impact. So we have other branches like automobile industry. So sometimes it's a little bit difficult to explain that tourism is one of the most important things to create home and a holiday destination. So as our vision, what does it mean for accessible tourism? Our vision is that we are known for our hospitality, and we want to have this experience for all our guests. Our role is to enable the Bavarian tourism to create accessible offers, because we are not creating offers. These are doing the destinations within Bavaria on a lower level. So how do we do that? Our key piece is a network which was founded in 2021 for the tourism branch, B2B. So within the network we are sharing knowledge, we show best practices, we are initiating projects. We have regular meetings 4 times a year, most of them digital to Zoom, because there's a lot of, it costs a lot of time. Who are the members of this network? It's free of charge and for everyone accessible. So we have multipliers of tourism, self-help associations, tourism providers, and one of the parts we're doing within this network is a specialist newsletter with about 800 people getting it. So we show what are there for new opportunities for accessible tourism to learn from each other. We are also offering trainings to create awareness for the Bavarian tourism, also free of charge, so that everyone in the tourism industry is able to understand what is the meaning of accessible tourism. Another point, or one of our focus point, is we are the local contact for Bavaria for the national labeling system Travel for All, Reisen für alle in Germany. I will explain it later. And my other business is B2C marketing to do for all the accessible holiday options in Bavaria. So we do it most of the time now in digital channels. So it's within our website a special part only with content focusing on holiday in wheelchair, as deaf people, as blind people, and even in simple and easy language. We offer the informations to get to come to Bavaria. What are the target groups? We have a mix. In this area, the people with accessible issues, but all over our homepage we integrate the accessible informations. Even, for example, in the site of family holidays in Bavaria, we add always, oh, here's some accessible information, because we saw for families also important. So we try to create it, to mixture it. What is the base to be promoted by our activities? We have, for example, a German print magazine with content even created in an accessible way with large letters, with according to the guidelines of contrast. So we have a special brochure, because I think it's important to offer it in a special way according to the desires of the travelers. Who is able to participate from Bavaria to offer his destination? You have to be part of Tourism for All, because Tourism for All is a national labeling system for accessible tourism in Germany. It was elaborated with the German disability organizations together. So the criteria are really reliable, and they are very, very detailed, and we committed us to work with this system. It's a system, a labeling system for the entire tourism service chain, so even you can have museums, tourist informations, walking and hiking paths, accommodation, and it's even for vacation, leisure and business travel. So I think it's a wide range of offers for accessible tourism in Germany. And the most important thing is, because it's always a little mistake, it's for everyone is able to participate, even if you not completely barrier-free. It's only important to show what is barrier-free or where are barriers, so that the guest could decide himself if the offer is for him suitable or not. And we have in Bavaria about 650 offers with Tourism for All. In Germany about 2,500, so we are one of the regions with the most offers. And this is our quality instance we use. So a short view, I think some of you know that already. It's a standard information for guests for the most important group of people with disabilities. And you can see on the right the logo accessibility tested, so this you can integrate at your website. We have this data integrated in our website. We offer it with a widget and with IP standard, so everyone in the Bavarian tourism is able to use this information. That's for us important. We want to share this information, to share this data. And if you are a region with a lot of good offers in accessible tourism and along the service chain, that's also important, not only hotels and not only excursions, so it had really to be a whole chain. You can become a travel for all region or city. So we have in Bavaria regions which are more focused on this issue. For example, in the north there's the city of Nuremberg, in the eastern part, the green part next to the Czech Republic, it's the Bavarian forest, very rural. Then in the middle, between red and green, it's the tourism region Kelheim. It's next to Regensburg, so I think some of you may know, with the Danube. And then in the south of Bavaria, next to Munich, there are two regions, Tegernsee-Schlier, the Alpine region, and Chiemsee Alpenland. These are our key promotion partners at the moment. I hope it will be getting more in the next years. And I think my conclusion is, for us, we started in 2040 with this project, and it's an ongoing process for us in the Bavarian tourism. There are so many partners to handle, and the network is a good toy to handle it. So we want to ensure that the travel quality for all travelers is getting better, even after 10 years and ongoing for the future. As I saw in these days, for the next years, our aim is to distribute this travel for all data according to Open Data Standard and KI standards, because it's important for us to ensure that all travelers have the best digital experience to their holiday inspiration phase, and even if they are on holiday, for example, in Bavaria. So I think there is a lot more to do, and I think for us it's really important, and we're going on with this process. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much, Monica. It's very interesting because of the diversity of the territory and also the diversity of tourism that you have. You made it possible to create a network. So this is very interesting, and I'm sure that it's something we all will think about as a best practice. So I kindly ask the three speakers to leave the floor to the last presentation, because unfortunately we don't have enough chairs, I have to be honest with you. So this is the equipment they gave us. So please, Alise and Agnieszka, Alise Lūse, it's quite easy, but Agnieszka Stokowiecka, I'm very sorry for this pronunciation. So Alise, she's a nature lover, passionate hiker, and trails practitioner, and she coordinates cross-border tourism projects, specifically focused on accessibility aspects to facilitate access to all. Author at mapeirons.eu, accessibility website containing information on accessible destinations and services in the Baltics. Project leader also for the Interreg Estonia-Latvia program project called Access Routes. Agnieszka will introduce both of you at the same time. So she's the officer at the Department of Tourism, Sport and Trade at the Autonomous Region of Valle d'Aosta. She specializes in securing and managing European and national funding, with a recent focus on projects and investments in inclusive tourism. In her free time, she explores inclusive mountain trails and advocates for disability rights and related issues. She also holds a master's degree in bioethics. So, the floor is yours.
Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Alise?
So just a few introductory words on why we are here as part of the Interreg programs. We will tell some few examples of projects that we do under Interreg programs to facilitate accessibility. And I have a question to you. Do you know what is Interreg? Good. I'm glad to hear, but just to remind you and to mark the investment that the European Union is providing. Interreg is one of the European Union funding programs that supports mostly cross-border but also transnational cooperation. And Interreg tackles shared challenges of various regions through many programs, such as, for example, Baltic Sea region program, Central Europe program, Mediterranean program, many Interreg programs that are between two neighboring countries, and creates long-lasting connections striving for regional cohesion to protect environment and to promote sustainable development. So altogether, there are 86 Interreg programs, can you imagine? And 60 of them have contributed to support sustainable tourism and culture with over 1 billion euros. And in the poster area, if you still have time, go and visit. There are 16 projects featuring, showcased, specifically targeting accessibility. But here, now I will pass the floor to Agnieszka. She will present one project in more detail, and afterwards I will present the other. Thank you.
I have, but I don't have the slide change. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for being here. Today, I am pleased to present the Intrevie project, Inclusive Travel and Experiencing Emotion between Valais, Aosta Valley, and Piedmont. It's a very ambitious cross-border initiative from Italy's Switzerland program that promotes inclusive tourism in mountain areas. We just started, so it's ongoing project. This project is made possible thanks to a strong partnership. We are 13 and we have 3 observators. So there is autonomous region Aosta Valley, Canton Valais from Switzerland, region Piedmont, and 4 municipalities from Italy. We have also some tourism destination from Switzerland, and also Foundation for Disability Rights, also from Switzerland. We collaborate for this project since January of this year. Each brings unique expertise and local knowledge for this experience. We are in the mountains, and let me say that inclusive tourism in mountain areas, it's not without its challenges. It's very, very different from lowland if we are thinking about inclusive tourism. We have really a lot of challenges. But it's important to say that our project, it's not only about physical disabilities. Our project we are not starting from scratch. Each territory involved already has experience with inclusive tourism. About culture, sport, and leisure. So we built on this foundation, taking a significant step about collaboration, innovation, and shared vision for the future. We have a set of objectives, focuses on building a cross-border network of accessibility destination across territory involved. So we have, as I said, 13 partners, but we have 9 pilot zone areas, and so we have 4 pilot zone in Italy and 5 pilot zone in Switzerland, where we are going to develop and realize investments, because to can speak about inclusive tourism promotion and DMO promotion, we need to start by realize infrastructures and services. So this project is the next step about the services and infrastructures after the experience of each one. So our objective is to ensure authentic and high quality stays for everyone and recognize the diversity and inclusion as valuable resources and not just challenges to overcome. We start by training. We are going to make a training for 200 tourism professionals, hospitality staff, ski instructors, volunteers, and guide mountain and touristic. The first session of training is going to be in Aosta in November. So we are working on this. And we are going to realize also a guideline for more inclusive events because, as I said, mountain inclusive tourism is very specific. So we are going to realize these guidelines that could be that could serve as good practice for other territories that is going to organize events in mountain. We are going to mapping 90 accessible services. The territory is not going to create a new app or new website. We are going to just take the information and include all this mapping information on each territory website. It's because when the person with disability is searching the information, they can find this information on official website tourism and not on especially application. As I said, we are going to develop investments in 9 areas on Italy and Switzerland with easy-to-reach panels, sensory trails, playgrounds. We are going to realize these investments not only for disability, physical disability, but also cognitive, intellective, and sensory. And also for sport. So we are going to have a sport area, especially accessible ski area and equipments, playground, and also investments in castle. Oh. Okay. We also want to promote a cultural shift with inclusive hospitality. It's mean improving the quality and accessibility of tourist offers. We are going to choose 10 small business that works already with disability clients that can explain why it's important to collaborate with this special needs. We will realize a cross-border inclusive tourism book for children that with multiple formats, easy to read, AAC, Braille, and audiobook, that can sensibilize also about territory, mountain territory, and be accessible to multiple disability. And after all these investments, we will develop a promotional campaign to raise awareness about our network and about all this territory that make the investments. Thank you.
So thank you. I will continue with the, another project, the Access Rules project. which is a cross-border project implemented with the support of the Interreg Estonia-Latvia program. So this is between countries Estonia and Latvia. Okay. On the first picture, it is probably obvious why Latvia and Estonia, together with Lithuania, are often perceived by foreign tourists as a single destination, the Baltics. Being situated on the coast of the Baltic Sea, we are among the smallest countries in Europe, but together we share a remarkable 4,500 kilometer total sea shoreline, which is appreciated by tourists. Because of the nice and diverse beaches, it's sandy, pebbly, with steep cliffs and grass meadows, with historic fishing villages, small towns, cultural heritage, and they are quiet and not crowded. And the most popular cross-border route in the Baltics is the long-distance Baltic coastal hiking route, highlighted here on the map with the rainbow line. By hikers starting, for example, in Klaipėda, which is in Lithuania, crossing Latvia, and then finishing the route all along the coast in Tallinn in Estonia. And our neighboring project, actually, which I mentioned, that there are these posters available, it's called Accessible Hiking Trails. This is also this Estonia-Latvia program, and they are also now doing some accessibility efforts, trying to do some stretches of that long-distance hiking trail accessible to everyone. So the project aims to facilitate accessible cross-border tourism, and this slide features a map that we have created with pin marks for sites and services that are accessible to different groups. The project as accessibility as such is not just about the disabilities, of course. This is still myth and wrong perception, especially in our countries, that a ramp is just needed for wheelchairs, and why should I install it if there's just 1 or 2 visitors in wheelchairs a year. We know that accessibility is important for each and everyone, and for example, parents with small children in strollers, seniors, people with temporary injuries like with a broken leg. And accessibility being expensive also is a myth that we are trying to dissolve. You just have to follow some simple recommendations: a bit wider door, a more even surface, more space here and there, things that actually are appreciated by all of us. So irrespective of disability, you just feel more comfortable in an accessible environment. But being in one of disability groups or situations where access matters, one really important part is reliable accessibility information. And before to decide whether you should go to the site, you need to know if the site, the service, or the product can be usable to you. Does it meet your accessibility needs? And the accessibility website, Mapērons, which I am showing now on the screen, is where we started from. We have carried out hundreds of on-site inspections together with accessibility experts in both countries, and published detailed data on the access of the site or service or the product, grouped by accessibility types and under such categories as nature trails, beaches, museums, cafes, accommodation services, and routes. Along with it, we also made few very simple accessibility guidelines with nice drawings, and here in the picture with building and access passes to it, showing basic hints on how to adapt infrastructure, products and services to be more accessible. In parallel, we are also actually quite a lot experimenting and trying to come up with some new innovative interpretation solutions, such as tactile materials and objects for travelers with a visual impairment, which they could understand through touching, for example, a map, a hill fort, or a cave mock-up. In the picture, there's a tactile painting outdoors that we have made, a tactile map with an ancient hill fort made in concrete, and 2 direction signs with accessibility pictograms, one showing direction of a wheelchair accessible nature trail and the other to the tactile object. And here, this is sound interpretation solutions. that we are also trying to work on. This is something really new for us. We are trying to do some interpretations in a kind of animations for the deaf, like trying to visualize the bird's song, for example. And here, let's try and see if we can successfully see the video. This is going to be a sound interpretation, and they are made based on actual frequency of the specific sound. It's wave interaction, diapason, volume visualization, and this one that I will show you now is a historical narrow gauge railway sound with a whistle. Let's see if I'm successful in showing you this. Just a minute. Yeah. So there's going to be more, and this is also something that we have not yet completely finished. We're still working on it together with the NGOs of people with disabilities, so trying together to make this a success. And another direction we're also working a lot on is nature and museum interpretation solutions, such as the traveling museum, like in the picture, a box full of different items that help to educate about and understand history and heritage, because sometimes in the museums you cannot touch something because of the historical value. So our idea was to make this traveling museum, so to say, to replicate miniature figures or miniature coins or any other historical items of historical value that actually could help for people with disabilities to interpret the museum content. One of quite exciting project activities is the so-called Access Days. These are events which can be either a seminar, easy tour excursion, or as in the two pictures, Dinner of Senses, where we invited guests to experience all main disability types on their own skin, so to say, like starting with being brought into the dinner hall with eye masks preventing to see, and asked to get to know each other among those sitting at the same table, to find the water glass while being blinded, following with wearing huge gloves while eating the main dish, then required to understand what options the waitress offers for dessert, wearing headphones with noisy sounds on, and so on. And this being accompanied with stories and recommendations from the disabled persons themselves in a friendly and welcoming dinner atmosphere. But accessible routes is where the project focuses on specifically, aiming to create diverse 1 to 3 day routes, including cross-border, which any traveler could be able to select based on first their accessibility needs and second on their interests. And as you can see on the slides, we are developing thematic routes. It can be maybe science, nature, food, history that you're more interested in, or want to visit some family-friendly beaches with your kids. We've already made some local routes, and in the picture there's a cat contour city route in the town of Saldus in Latvia. And why there's a cat? So the cat is actually now on top of everything, because do you know Flow, the cartoon? If you don't, please, I really recommend you to look at it, because Flow is a cartoon which is extremely sweet and popular, and it's the first time when Latvia got Oscar this year because specifically of this cartoon, and so this is our proud, so to say, we're really proud of it. And actually, this cartoon is without sound. It's just animation, and you can understand everything, so it's perfectly done. Here, I wanted to show you one local city route in detail, how it is uploaded actually on Moderator's website that I was showing already. We are recording the actual GPX file with a route line and adding different points on it, marking the exact place, for example, for a toilet or a resting area and so on, and attaching route pictures. And the route pictures are actually described with AI tool, which provides alternative text. And the previous information did not fit into one slide, so here's what additionally we publish on Moderator regarding the route. Of course, it's the description of the route, also a relive app video, and key route specifics, of course, like distance, type, surface, coordinates, marking, etc. The project finishes next year. We will also issue a travel guide, so we look forward to hosting everyone on Estonia-Latvia cross-border routes. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very interesting projects, both of them. One is at the beginning, the second one is almost at the end. But now we have the time for one question. If there is someone from the audience who would love to, yeah, we have a question. Yes, may I? Grazie.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all the presentation. They were really interesting. I'd like to know, maybe it's more for Simon April, the question, but I think anyone can answer. For example, you talked about services and training for volunteering. Have you also thought about an initiative for finding personal assistant around the world? Because not everyone is able to do the things by themselves. And then I wanted to say that to ask about the like the information of non-accessibility. I think in Italy we miss to say when it's not accessible. For example, if there are San Pietrini, no one say there are San Pietrini here. So I found really nice to see the difference that in Canada and other countries they said where there is the problem, and I hope also Italy will take this, I don't know how to say this, how do you think we can change the mentality in Italy also? Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's right. Okay, yeah. So to respond for the second question first, we prefer to say the right information because we don't have bad surprises. So when someone wants to visit a part of tourism thing, we prefer to say the right thing because some people show at place and they discover they can't do the thing, and maybe they came in adapted transport, they can return at the time, so it complicates and not motivate people to show everywhere. So after all, we have three codes. So we have accessibilities. So we make picture of this. You can see what is accessibilities, what the road you can take to the accessibilities. But when it's not accessible, it's not. We said that, but you have to look at it. So maybe it's accessible for you, but not for others. So it's just an advice that you have to check if it's okay or not for you. To respond for the answer, the first question, it's complicated. We don't do that. It's complicated because it's all about money. Sorry. And the person we used to be is for helping. So to do things like to heat or to take a shower, something like that. So the government pay for this, but for the tourists, the government don't want to make money for this because it's not essential for them. Not for us, but for them it's not essential. But it's a good question to ask our government or to make money for that. You're right. Like I'm here with one of my friends, and I pay with my money my friend to come here. So if you, like I said, it's all about money.
Thank you. Thank you, Simon. Are there any other questions? If not, I do actually have one question, which is for all of the speakers. Apart from money, which is a problem, what are the other barriers that you faced during your experience in Ravenna, for example, or in Canada, but also in the project that you will be managing, but you have managed so far? So in your experience, what are the barriers that you face that prevent a real cooperation among all the stakeholders involved? I don't know who wants to reply. I think also Monica.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Let's give. Here we go.
I would say too many stakeholders in the group who want to decide. That's a problem. Different levels of knowledge of the target group. If some are not informed of what technique and assistance is necessary to use, and the focus. If there's a group with people very history oriented versus future and constructive solutions, I think most of them want to discuss about the problems in the past instead of the future and what we can create together. These are the main points for me.
Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah. I'm sorry we don't have the chairs. I leave my chair to you. Please.
No, I'm standing. Apart from the money, which is always a great asset, we need a lot of time and a lot of patience, because we have to involve people inside participatory process. So we need time to understand, to know each other, to understand the different needs, and to develop the capability and the skills to solve the problems. For instance, there is an administrative tool which is called PEBA, which translated into English should be the plan to remove architectonical barriers. So each municipality has to make a PEBA. Each institution has to make a PEBA. So on paper, everybody knows what are the things to be done to remove the barriers. But often, PEBA are simply documents which you cannot understand at all, and which you need to translate into actions. And you need money, time, patience, and the will to cooperate, and the will to be open, and the will to understand everybody's issues and problems.
Thank you very much. So I think we are running late. We should stop here. It was very interesting. I hope that apart from barriers, you also took, and problems, you also took some good advices with this session. So I thank all the speakers who contributed to this dialogue, and thanks to all of you. Have a lovely evening.